If there's one theme you can pick out of the Ohio train derailment, it's that you are on your own and you better have a way to purify your water. Well, today I have something for you that will do just that. Today we're taking a look at the VEVOR water distiller. This will take out anything out of your water. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I wanted to show you this today because this has really been on my mind lately. I can't imagine living in that town and seeing what's happening to their water and not being able to find a way to fix it. But you're having to rely on bottled water that somebody else gives you, hopefully. So that's why I'm thinking about water distilling, and that's why I wanted to show you this product today. Now, I did a water distiller a while back, but it wasn't anywhere near the flexibility or quality of this particular one. So what we're going to do today is take a look at this. This will do about a gallon in about 3.5 hours. Yes, distillation is not a quick process, but I can show you, and I will show you with a meter, how it goes from being even water with some minerals and dirty water to extremely clean water simply by distilling it. My water here happens to have a lot of calcium. So, I'll tell you straight up, when I tested this, and I always test up before I show you, when I tested this, I could not believe the amount of calcium that was left over in the bottom of that when I filled it with water. Now, before we start, I want to address distilled water because there are a lot of folks in the past that have talked about how it's so dangerous to drink distilled water, and I don't really think that's the truth. I think it's more of a wives' tale that's kind of gotten perpetuated over the years. The biggest concern has always been that you're not getting minerals for your drinking water. You're not getting the naturally occurring minerals in your drinking water. And I always kind of think to myself, well, balancing that out with drinking the stuff they make PVC out of, I think I'll go with no minerals. But the fact of the matter is that distilled water will pull in minerals from anything it touches, whether it's a glass, a plastic, whatever, your own teeth even. And if a person eats a balanced diet and the recommended amounts of fruits and vegetables, whatever, they should not become deficient. And that's another reason why it's important to stockpile vitamins. If you're not a big fruit and veggie person like me, stockpile vitamins and make sure you will be able to do that. Now, since most people eat and drink a variety of foods and beverages through the day, most people are going to get the salts and minerals they need from those sources. So it's not dangerous to drink distilled water as long as you have a balanced diet. There are actually benefits to drinking distilled water, and that cleanses the body. All right, you're consuming water with no additives, and so the water's pure. Some people believe it cleanses the body a little bit better. Data's kind of out on that one, but still, it's possible. It removes waterborne pathogens. Waterborne disease and bacteria can't survive distillation, and it reduces the risk of consuming harmful chemicals. The EPA does allow for a certain low amount of those chemicals to be in your drinking water. In distilled water, none of them are present. So I don't care how poisoned your water is, this thing will get it out. So let's move in a little closer and I'll explain to you how the unit works and what are all the parts and pieces of it. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you this thing uses 750 watts. With a power station, simple 1,000-watt power station, you will be more than able to power this up. No problems whatsoever. So we're going to talk quickly about the container. And I like this container because it's actually glass. This container will come without the handles on it. You're simply going to use the straps they provide, put the screws in, bolt them to the other side. That's simple. You do have a nice rubber bottom here, so it is padded, so you won't break it. You have this little thing here, which will come under that piece there. We'll show you the piece in a second. And we'll make sure that all the water is getting in there. When you are finished, there is a cap. I just can't seem to find it. There it is. That will cover that. So nothing can get inside your water until you maybe transfer this to something else. Now also too, distilled water has a lot of medical uses as well as batteries. If you're running lead acid batteries, you're going to need distilled water to keep them full. And if you're running, say, a CPAP machine, you're going to need distilled water to clean it and use it. Now the lid on this is kind of nice actually because it's got a gasket on it. So but you don't want to yank it off. I did yank it off there, but it does seal up very nicely. So you're going to push this down and kind of twist like that, and it's on. So it is a very secure kind of environment. It's a little bit heavier than the previous one that I did. This piece here, it comes with a 3 of these filters. You can buy these almost anywhere. They're just charcoal filters. And probably if you're using this for 3 months straight, you should change it out and put a new one in. I only ran it through once, and it's still a little damp from 2 days ago. That's because the heat hasn't arrived here yet. You're just going to stick a filter in there like that, okay? And we'll take off the top here. This will take a little bit of finagling around here because I don't really have much to pressure against it. There we go. Okay. You're going to see underneath here, all right? That is your water hose. This is where the water will get distilled, come up in that tube, and go out. You want to put this underneath, okay? So you're going to basically snap this in place here like that, and you're going to be good to go. So we're going to put this all together for you. We're going to try this out. What I'm going to do, this takes about 3.5 hours to distill a gallon of water. It's not a fast process. My other machine that I showed you years ago takes 4 hours, so half an hour quicker. We are going to try this. I'll show you in the beginning, kind of towards the middle, maybe like an hour in, and then I'll bring you back when it's all done. We're going to test it with a TDS meter to let you know how all that goes. And we're going to try it out and see how well it works. Now, you'll notice this thing has a bunch of plugs. You got a plug here, and over here, you have another plug. What they've done is set it up so that you can't screw this up. This is going to plug down here, okay? So basically, when this is ready to go, you're going to put this up top here, snap it into place, and of course, well, I should have put it another way. Let me swing it around. Actually, I'll just take it off. There we go. Back like this, okay? Put that down, okay? Plug that into there. You're going to plug this into the wall. So there you go there, okay? If I can get it in there. Always get clumsy once I'm on camera. And there you go. So what I'm going to do with this is we're going to fill it up. There is a fill line inside of this stainless steel container here, and everything is 302 stainless steel. Really clean, really, really nice and ready to use. You'll be able to see the fill line very, very easily in there. All right, we're going to fill it with water, and I'm going to turn it on, and I'll show you the controls and everything and the front LED panel, and we'll talk a little more about it. All right, so we're up to our full line. I'm going to take you up on the camera and show you there. Anywhere between those two full lines is good on you there. So you're right between those two, and you're all set. Next thing you're going to do is, of course, you're going to be putting on the top. Okay, real simple. I want to make sure I'm over by the plug so I don't have to do like I did last time. There we go. That's plugged in. Now we're going to plug this in here, except I got water in there. So let's get that water out of there. When I was filling it, I got water in it. Okay. Make sure it's all gone. That was just me when I was filling it. It went down the back, and I didn't realize not only did it go down the back, it went right inside. But it is all sealed up. That was from it dripping on the outside down into it. Okay. All dry. There we go. I'm going to plug it in. Probably wouldn't have done anything. I just wanted to be safe with it. Now, we're almost fully set up. Let me get the extra parts here out of the way. I'm going to be putting this on here. Okay. So you're just going to put that in and snap that in place in the front. There we go. 1, 2. All right, so we're almost set. We are going to plug this in. I'm going to put this piece on and bring you back once it's set up with this, and I'll show you about the temperature gauge and how that works. So we're all set up, and I was getting ready to start this thing, and I realized I didn't show you what the total dissolved solids in my tap water are. So let's take a look there and read. I'm seeing, let's hit a hold on that, 204. All right, there you go. Can you see that? 204. Okay, we're going to test it in here when this is all said and done 3.5 hours later and see what that's like. So let's put this back up on here. And by the way, this piece, to put it in, you literally just slide it into a little rubber grommet there, and you'll snap it into the front. It's very, very simple. Okay, I'm going to push this under here. I do have this piece on here, so that will keep it nice and close. I'm going to move this over a little like that. There we go. That's a little better. Get it underneath there. Get under there. There. Now I know it's right on the money. We're going to plug it in and see what we're going on here. Okay. There we go. We're going to turn it on. Now I got it at 226, all right? To do this, to make sure you get purified water, anything over 221 is good because that's what will boil it. So you got 226 there. It'll start boiling in here, and you can change this from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you got 108 Celsius or 226 Fahrenheit. So we're going to let this run, and I'll bring you back in a little bit and show you what it looks like as it runs, and we'll get it all sorted out for you and see what that water comes out like in the end. All right, so with this running, I wanted to go over a few things about the unit itself. One of the nice things about this unit is it doesn't have a plastic fan up here. The other units that I've used in the past all had plastic fans. This one's got a stainless steel fan. It's going to last a good long time. It does have reliable heat dissipation, so it doesn't get very hot. I ran this already one time, and this was warm, but nowhere near hot. Not like you couldn't touch it or anything. It was just warm from use. Now, I am going to put something under here in a little bit because this does get a little warm on the bottom, but again, warm enough to make this plastic buckle, and I don't want to do that. But other than that, it is really, really easy to use, and it doesn't get overly hot. Now, everything that contacts water is made of 304 stainless steel, including the internal tank, the inner cap, the water outlet on the bottom there. Everything in there, and inlet as well, is all stainless steel. It is also very easy to maintain. When you're done with this, you're going to have a bunch of sediment and gunk inside this unit, and we'll show you that when it's all over. They give you some citric acid powder. Use this stuff sparingly. You can buy it on Amazon. It's very easy to get. You don't need to use a ton of it. Basically, what I do is I take one scoop, like that teaspoon. I pour some hot water in there, dump it in, mix it around a little, and take a scrub brush and just scrub everything out. It'll all come off. If you try to scrub it without the citric acid, especially calcium deposits, won't come off easily. This stuff comes off very, very easily. It's not toxic, doesn't hurt your hands or anything like that. You also get three more filters for that there. You can buy, again, I'd stock up on these ahead of time. You don't really need to run them too much. I've run distillers without them. Haven't noticed any change in the end product, but I like having it. Makes me feel a little more secure. Makes me feel like I got a little more stuff in there that will keep it nice and clean. I do like the glass container here and the rubber bottom. That also is very nice. Keeps it from making any kind of noise when you put it down. It also makes it harder to break. You're not going to break this putting it on a countertop. So you got that nice little protector on the bottom. So let's give this thing a little while here and see what we start coming up with. It is, let me check the clock here, 10:10 in the morning. So let's see what happens in a little bit, and I'll show you when it starts doing something. All right, we're about an hour into this. The water level is to about here. So we got about 2.5 hours to go. And I'm just going to let this run. I got to go run some errands today and do some stuff and hit the gym. And when it's all done, this will automatically shut off. And we'll come home, and I will give you my final thoughts on it, and we'll test the water as well and see how that came out. But so far, it's doing its job, and that's a lot faster than my other unit. About an hour in, we'd probably be down to here, and now we're about up to here, so definitely doing its job a lot faster. All right, see you later today when this is all finished, and then we'll test out the water, and we'll actually take a taste of it and see how it is. All right, so it's probably been about 5 hours. My errands ran a little bit longer, but as you can tell, it's shut off. I have moved it around a little bit. Unfortunately, I accidentally shut it off. When it's done, it has an E here. That's not an error code. That just means it's ended. It does shut itself off, so that was very impressive. Now, one of the things we're going to do is show you the inside of this, because you will not believe the filth and stuff that it got out. We have very high calcium in our water, lots of calcium in it. And when I show you what's on the inside of this thing, you're going to be shocked. Let me move this out of the way. I'm spilling a lot of it, as you can tell. Let's pop this open. There we go. I'm actually going to disassemble that and unplug everything. There we go. So I can give you a better look at what's inside this thing. All right, here we go. Look inside there. You see all that? I ran my finger through there. Look at all that calcium. Look at all that. It's just crazy. And that's stuff we drink, bathe with, use every single day. We don't even think about it. So definitely improvement on the water. We're going to test it with the TDS meter now. Let me bring it over. All right. Now, I'm not quite sure how good it's going to be because this is only the second time I've run it. Hopefully, it'll do well. Let's put it in here. Wow. Put it on hold. 0006. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see on the camera. So that went from a 204 to a 0006. Definitely great improvement. And being that I've only run this one other time, my other unit suggested I run it multiple times. This one I run it once, and already it's down that low. So that's really impressive, and that is officially distilled water. So the reason I like these kind of videos, folks, is because it gets people thinking. You know, you may have a water filter, and you may think you can boil your water and it'll fix it, but it's not going to take VOCs and really heavy-duty poisonous chemicals out of it. It's not going to remove salt. This can clean salt water. It's not going to do a lot of things that you need it to do in a disaster or emergency. And as you can tell by the situation in Ohio, we're probably going to be pretty much on our own in those kind of situations. You need to make the right decisions for your family, for yourself. If you think your water is bad, here's an excellent way to make sure it's 100% clean. And also, too, to let you guys know, no, you're not going to die from drinking distilled water. If you're eating a balanced diet, you're still going to get your minerals and everything else that you need. You just won't get them from the water as much. And that's fine, too. I would rather drink distilled water and be a little mineral deficient than be drinking poison out of some chemical train that's on fire. So definitely something to think about. I do like the fact that this has an auto shut off. I do like how efficiently it cleaned. And remember, we got the little citric acid later to clean that up with when I get it in the sink there. That will clean up nicely. It is all waterproof, so you can stick it in the sink and give it a good scrub. You probably don't want to get the front piece soaking wet, but you know, I will try to avoid that as much as possible. But definitely pleased with the item. It does a good job, really works well, didn't make a mess, didn't do anything out of the ordinary, didn't even get too warm, and told me when it was done and shut itself off. So you really can't ask for more than that. Now you do remember the cap. When you're done here, put that cap on there and make sure nothing else gets in there and contaminates your water. So that is the VEVOR water distiller. Gives you pure, clean water, no matter what's in it. Distilling is an excellent way to get yourself some really clean water in an emergency. All the water filters in the world aren't going to take out the kind of stuff they're having to deal with in Ohio. So you definitely want to give it some thought and think about what's right for you and your family and how you can protect yourself best. Even when somebody else is saying, no, it's fine, go ahead and drink it, no problem at all. No, thank you. So anyway, that's the video for today, folks. I will have a link down below if you want to use a 5% promo code I have down there. It's VV promo. You'll get 5% off site-wide on VEVOR. This is from VEVOR. The site down there, the link down there will get you right in there and get you all linked up to pick up one of these under $100. Really can't beat it. Don't forget all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store. You can go and check that out. Most of the stuff I review on the channel, I put in the store. But if there's nothing in the store you like, just click the link and shop as you normally would. Really helps us out. Our freeze-dried wholesaler link, don't forget my link saves you 15%. And we have the sale going on the sliders right now. That's only for a few days. If you're watching this a month from now, there's no sale going on. But we have another sale coming up this Friday and a contest. So make sure you check out the link. And if you want to order freeze-dried food, times like this, you definitely want to think about it. You can use that link there and save 15% just by using my link. You'll see it when you check out in your cart. And we have our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. Below there, you'll find all of the long-term food storage from My Patriot Supply. They do have a 3-month kit this month. It's a special deal. You will save $200 on the kit, plus get $200 worth of free merchandise, survival-related gear, all the stuff you could possibly think of, and our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Anyway, folks, I thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.